Preview. You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
You know who it is. You know what it is. It's The Sizzle with another Hot 5 and 5. The Sizzle's Hot 5 and 5 are the 5 hottest stories that you need to know about in sports right now so that you are a consumer that's aware of everything going on in your sports world. Well, or everything that's going on in the world around you that may just include all sports. But listen, before we get started, I want to thank you, those of you who watch and subscribe. We truly appreciate you. And please look forward to new content coming out as we bring out something daily, weekly, monthly. We give you everything you need. But with that said, let's get into the Hot 5 and 5.
Wow, bro. That's crazy. That's so love, bro.
Well, I don't know if it is love or not, bro. I've heard of a lot of things before. But when you don't know your vaccination status, when you think being immunized is being vaccinated, then maybe there's something wrong. Maybe you don't know what I thought you knew. But with that said, Aaron Rodgers has moved forward to tell the world that I am immunized, but not really vaccinated. But I guess it all came to a wash because now he's out for this coming week and maybe into the next week. We'll see as we keep going. But right now, hey, guess what, fans? Blake Bortles is on his way. That's right. He's going to be in Green Bay. He and Jordan Love, and they're gonna do amazing things. No, they're not. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be horrible. But at least now we know that being immunized is not the same as being vaccinated. In a story that is even more distressing, Henry Ruggs, the receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders, he was arrested on DUI charges, which resulted in the death of a young lady, a 24-year-old young lady. He was taken in Tuesday morning, and it really makes no sense when you have someone who is doing upward of reportedly 150 miles per hour on a residential street at early in the morning. I don't even see where this was even. I don't see the reality of it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, somebody can tell me down in the comments, but this is such a lack of forethought or care or concern for anyone else. And now we're looking at Henry Ruggs as a former NFL receiver. He's facing anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison if convicted of the felony DUI, and between 1 and 6 years on reckless driving charges. So it's a situation where it's a sad situation, and hopefully our prayers go out to the victim who was killed in the crash and to her family, and we pray for their continued strength. All right, so one of the biggest things going around in Chicago is not the fact that everybody wants Matt Nagy to stay on extended COVID list probation from the field, but, I mean, that wouldn't be too bad. But the trade deadline passed, and Allen Robinson is still on the Bears. Now, no one knows why Allen Robinson's still on the Bears. There are a lot of stories out there, he's needed, he can help, no. If you're a fantasy head, you already know he's on your waiver wire, and he will be there for the upcoming season. I can't even see you even looking at Allen Robinson as a pickup. So at this point, Allen Robinson will flounder and just hang out there as Chicago has been known to be the place where receivers go to die. And unfortunately, yeah, I think poor Allen is going to die out there. It's going to be bad. I don't know why. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. I would have traded him. Now that's just me. I thought he should have been traded, but he was not. And so, therefore, Allen Robinson is still a Chicago Bear. Now, if you didn't hear, the Atlanta Braves won the World Series. Amazing victory for the Braves. One of the teams my grandfather always took me to go see. We would drive down to Atlanta to go and see the Braves. And just an amazing run for them. You didn't know. I mean, they got Soler after the trade deadline, and some things happened, and it all just fell into place for them. But, I look at Houston, and you think Houston just had their way with everyone. Everyone in the AL, they did whatever they wanted to do. It was shameful. It was a crime. But in the NL, not so much, my friend. Not so much. I'm telling you, the Atlanta Braves, during that World Series run, were able to do things to Houston that nobody had done, and they were able to stack runs on top of runs, hits on top of hits, and they walked out with a victory. I thought Dusty Baker was going to do it, and I was rooting for Dusty Baker. Maybe not so much for the Astros, but I was rooting for Dusty Baker. But as we can see, the Atlanta Braves, couldn't they do it again next year? Who knows? And lastly, on the Hot 5 and 5, one of the biggest stories right now in Chicago is the Chicago Bulls. That's right, the resurgent Bulls are on the road again. They're doing the thing, and they're going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, the Philadelphia 76ers have been a nemesis for the Bulls for quite some time. Joel Embiid has had his way with the Bulls, and I don't see that it's going to be too much different this time. The front court for the Bulls is small. Even though you've got Vooch there, you have no proven power forward right now. And you can shift between, you can send DeMar to the 4, to the 3, however you want to do it. But you still got to contend with Joel Embiid. But that's okay. That's all right. So the Bulls have 1 loss, and the 76ers have 2 losses. So this will be a good test to see how strong the Bulls are. The Bulls did just knock off Utah, who was undefeated. And so this should be a real test to see if the Chicago Bulls are pretenders or contenders. I think it's all sizzle, and I think that they're going to go in and give a good game and probably come out with a win.
Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Iron Skillet Sports. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Iron Skillet Sports on YouTube at Iron Skillet Sports. Thank you for listening to The Sizzle, the hottest sports talk in the 219, here on Iron Skillet Television and Iron Skillet Radio.